Welcome to another episode of Wayne's World Garage. We don't normally do this, but this is a review of the Fein, what do they call this thing? Slugger Mag Drill, model JHM USA 101, USA 101. Made American by Americas. Made in America by Americans, or something like that. So, we had some problems with it at first because I plugged it in, got it to attach to my table, and the drill didn't come on, and like, what the heck? Yeah, it's a tight spot. The magnet's not coming on, or the motor's not coming on. I can't believe that's not coming on. This should not be this much drama. This brand new mag drill is flaky as can be. We're at the sawmill, and we're trying to drill some holes in this I-beam, and we're not succeeding. It should be a 10-minute project to drill a few holes in this thing. But the magnet's turning on just fine. What's happening is the drill is not turning on. They've set it up so that it wants to see a really large, clean plate and have a strong magnetic grip on the steel in order for the drill to turn on. Some lawyers got involved, clearly. Heck. Looking into it much further, and a video on YouTube said it has to be attached to a 3/8 inch plate before the drill will turn on. Like, well, that makes no sense whatsoever. But I got a big piece of metal out, like this, and it seems to turn on when I have it attached to that big piece of steel. I'm like, well, that's wonderful. So let me just show you that and see how this thing works or doesn't work. Plug it in, and this is maybe 1/8 inch. It's HRPO steel, HRPO, hot rolled, pickled in oil. Put the magnet on, not coming off. Push the button, nothing happens, honey. What's going on there? Doink around with it, I have no clue. Turn it off, okay. Put this in here, which is from my hydraulic press. Try this. A 1/2 inch piece of steel, cold rolled steel. It's big. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Try this again. Make sure it's not just an operator error. Nothing. Stuck to it like crazy. Doesn't do anything. Bottom line is, it needs to be on a big piece of steel. So you'll see, we went to the sawmill today, tried drilling some holes, and we had luck, but only after some effort. They want this to be on clean steel, and we did call the manufacturer in Pennsylvania, and they were great guys, not the manufacturer, but whoever the guys are there, tech support. And he said, well, actually, he didn't say this, but it's pretty clear there's been lawyers involved because this must have fallen off and broke somebody's finger at some time. So now, if this is not creating a strong enough magnet, they have a sensor in here which will see that, and the drill will not turn on. This way, for the people who are clueless, who want to use this, so the clueless people can't get hurt instead of being responsible for their actions. So we'll figure it out how to fix it that way. So bottom line is, what he said to do is, he said inside of here, okay, is a jumper that you can put on it. It's on the reed things, R-E-E-D, there's 2 pins, and it will bypass that mechanism where it looks to make sure the magnet is engaged. So let me unscrew this thing and let's see what happens and see what it looks like. So you can fast forward this while I unscrew these screws, unless you like watching very boring work like this. There's 6 screws that hold this thing on, Phillips number 2, probably not number 2, they're probably German. But this thing, you know, back to the review on this thing, it's built well. It's heavy, it's got to be, I don't know what it is, 35 or 40 pounds, it's heavy, which means it's hard to carry. It has a little grease fitting on the front of it, so you can grease the bearing, which holds it in place. It has the jug for the oil, and that's nice, a little on-off switch, and that's a good idea. I like this because you can, the up-down thing is from either side. There you go, you can put that either way too. So I believe it does look like it's built like a tank, really. And my fear is some lawyers got involved because somebody got hurt, and now they've made it into something which is frankly not very usable. because I don't know anybody who wire brushes their steel before they're drilling holes in their I-beams. That's just not going to work. And that's what he said. Well, just grind it down. Like, come on, buddy. In real life, who's going to do that? They don't do that. And the steel we get, the steel I get, you know, sits around or it's outside. It's hot rolled steel, and hot rolled steel has that scale on it, and that scale apparently is making it so the magnet doesn't do its thing. It still sticks to it quite well, but it does not send enough signal, strong enough signal to the sensor, allowing it to turn the drill on. So with any luck, we'll bypass that. Now, the sad part is, how many of these have been sent back to Amazon because people couldn't turn them on? That's a good question. And there's nothing in their manual about this little jumper that's supposed to come with this thing. I didn't get the jumper. One more screw. So there's my 6 screws out, unplugged. It's got the motherboard in here, the mother of all boards. Okay, and let's see what we have here. Yep, that's what he said. It's reed, R-E-E-D. This little one's got 2 little black wires on it. All right, so what I did is I put this little alligator clip here because I don't have my jumper to go on this yet. The magnet is on. It works. Magnet off. So the magnet still has to be on. Fair enough. It's probably how they designed it in the old days. Turn the magnet on. So what we got to do is you got to put a jumper on the reed pins. There's 2 pins that say reed, R-E-E-D, and then we're good to go. So let me. I usually have lots of these jumpers around. I couldn't find the right jumper in my computer pile stuff. Shocking. So we have a factory-approved jumper with a little bit of solder on it. I'll cover it up with a little bit of heat shrink, and we'll be good to go. So let's move on here. You were all thinking he's never going to put heat shrink on it. Yeah, I did. So here it is right here. A little bit of heat shrink on these guys, shorten them out. Let's see if this thing works here. Plug it in, no sparks. Hit this little button here. That's what we want to see. So we're on the track. Let me put her back together. And you can watch me put it back together. How fun will that be to watch Wayne turn screws? Woo. So hopefully you can see this unplugged. If you can't, too bad. Have a nice day anyway. This thing just slides in here like this. It's actually kind of cool. It's got nice tracks, and it's got a nice gasket on here too. So it's kind of waterproof. And I'm just looking where things are. The wire I pulled off is not going to short out and make sparks. We hope. Cool. And then all I got to do is put some screws in it. Alright. And then let's test it and see if it works. Doesn't work? Drop a few F-bombs and that'll fix it. Okay, magnet off. Magnet on. Drill. Bingo. Magnet off. No drill. So the way this works now is you still need to turn the drill on, the magnet on, which makes perfect sense. And then you hit this little green button and it works. So let's try it one more time. Let me get my soldering iron out of the way. Okay, there we go. Hit the green button, nothing. Magnet, it's stuck here on my bench. Didn't do that last night. It does it today because we fixed it. So again, interesting story. This thing is built really well. It's got a Zerk fitting. That'd be a grease fitting for you snowflakes. Down here, for this bearing here, It's got an oil tank built in. I like that. So it looks like a nice piece of equipment. This is pretty rugged here. It comes with a shield here to shield you from the debris, which seems pretty stupid because it's a drill and stuff's gonna go flying. You can put the handles on either side, left and right side. That's cool. It's a lot of money, but let me tell you what, drilling 5/8 inch holes or 7/8 inch holes or 1 inch holes or even bigger through iron is hard without a drill press or a milling machine. And if you're in the field, the problem is this did not work in the field if you're using it on an I-beam, which is made out of cold rolled steel. No, hot rolled steel. They make I-beams out of hot rolled steel. When they hot roll them, that process is red hot and scale builds up on it. And the scale made a little bit of extra clearance here, so it didn't sense a strong enough magnetic pull. So the drill didn't turn on. But now it turns on the way it's supposed to. A nice wooden surface, got a good strong grip on it. Still works. So there you go. That story, I'm sticking with it. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, switch channels.